How are you? Glad you have you back for another video. I have split chapter 7 into 5 parts as some of the chapters are quite long and attention spans wane, so here we go. Bloodlines, Chupacabra, Chapter 7, Part 1, The Door. The four of them got into one car and drove off towards the town. Larry decided to fill the group in and had previously mentioned to them how his grandfather had grown up there. He had wanted to show them just how the creature had impacted his family and neighbors after the first encounter, and that night that the Chupacabra had left its mark on all of them, past what he had told them in his story 4 months prior. I need to explain a few things now before we get there. This town has a strict curfew, no one out after last light of the sun's last peak when it sets just on the horizon, and no one goes out before sunup in the morning. Okay, so why exactly is that, says Cal. It's all a bit strange, don't you think? What aren't you telling us? I opened up about seeing that damn thing, so why the hushed tone, huh? Sandra angrily vents her frustration towards him. Larry realizes that he may have hit a nerve. He should have known better. Larry sighs deeply. My grandfather grew up there, and the house, or what's left of the farm, is still there, rotting away anyhow. Oh, sorry, says Sandra sarcastically. I didn't mean to snap. I'm just so irritated by this situation we're in. I'm so frustrated with it all. Her face withdrawn, stained with tears, and looking a bit more for the weary. Perfectly understandable, but it's not as if we completely understand what we are dealing with. How you even begin to? Father Flannigan was also keeping a close eye on Sandra. Any hint of emotions other than anger could spell disaster. They needed her to be pissed off. Sandra tilts her head downward, then back up at the priest, fervently searching his eyes for an answer, half wanting to slap him at the same time, his face deep in thought. Can we kill it? Yes, but it won't be easy. That bastard has eluded my great-uncles and my father, even with so many traps set. Larry can attest to this, he says to Sandra. They kept on long after my grandfather passed, but to no avail, says Larry, keeping his eyes on the road. Larry puts his palm to his forehead, looking down and then back onto the highway, the long road ahead, with a worried look clearly written all over his face. Quickly wiped away with a confident smile, masking his worry as to not get the group riled up or scared. When was that? I mean, in year terms, how long were they even trying? Cal didn't look so convinced. 62 years, and it killed my grandfather. I don't care what my family says. It was that damned beast. He was so obsessed with it that it weakened his mind and broke his spirit. And yet, Chupacabra continued to haunt him to the very end. Father Flannigan bowed his head. He too knew he had been there, and watched it tears his own family apart. Sandra looks back down at her feet, analyzing a bit of gravel on the floorboards, gently kicking it away. It is only when they finally park her then eyes meet Larry's face, thinking about what must be going through his mind, knowing that this has affected all of them. Yet she was still waiting for things to escalate, or maybe it was nothing at all. She had no idea what they were walking into and couldn't possibly be any more prepared. But she tried to calm herself and reassure that both Larry and Father Flannigan must know what they're doing, or they wouldn't be so calm. They had to be, or she'd be panicking by now. Yet her demeanor stayed focused. She knew had to, or the beast would take her. End Bloodlines Chupacabra, Chapter 7, Part 1.